Hey yo, what is up guys? It's your boy Zach Wilder, and today I'm gonna go through some of the weapons, how they function, what's their purpose in fights, and so much more. If you guys have not subscribed, please enable the post notifications and hit that sub button. You will help me tremendously. And also remember to click that like button for the algorithm gods. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, before we get into the juicy stuff, let's put some weapons into what I call my categories, right? In most of the MMO genres, they all have categories of weapons. I think this should apply to Chimeraland as well. Like, we have heavy weapons, that is like the Great Axe, the Great Sword, the MAUL, and the CUDGEL. These weapons are primarily used to break down the stamina bars of beasts, bringing them down to a staggered or a faint position. Usually when this happens, everyone should be getting close for melee damage to maximize their damage. Second category will be the all-rounded, the well-rounded weapons. The balanced weapons, I would say, would be the weapons that are like really good overall in damage and the speed, like the sword, the CRESCENT, the Master Sword, and spear, usually mid to high damage, but their input is really fast. These weapons are usually good at applying pressure and keeping DPS check healthy. So if you're looking for an all-rounder balanced weapons, these will definitely be your options. As for the third category, it would be the magic and spell weapons, like the staff, the flute, and the fan. Extremely high DPS and fast skill sets, but weak against beasts that take more damage against a slash and a smash damage from heavy weapons and melee weapons in general. These weapons are great to be utilized from a distance, applying dot damage over time on beasts and quick succession DPS, mostly used for DPS checks and a big damage over a small amount of time. And then we go to the final category, which is the healing weapons category. And we only have two so far, but I do know that they will be adding one more healing weapon in the future. The PIPA and the Shalcoon will definitely be your best friends and only friends when it comes to support and healing weapons. So I do recommend keeping a PIPA or a Shalcoon in your arsenal at all times. Alright guys, before we get to the next segment of the video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and enable the post notifications on YouTube so you guys can keep up to date on everything I do going forward. Thank you guys, I appreciate you, and let's get right into the next segment. Alright, for our first weapon, we're gonna start with the twin blades. The twin blades have a 2 consecutive combo rotations. All you have to do is hold the button until the 2 blades start flaring around both sides. Then you will know that the combo has ended. There isn't much tactics to it. It is I believe the second best weapon in terms of a solo 1v1 PvE, as it does high intense damage and quick succession damage over time. You see those blades come out, and that is the end of the combo. And for our second weapon, we're going to demonstrate the heavy sword. The heavy sword is absolutely insane in terms of keeping the enemies away and in check. It does have a one of the best skills in the game, which is the Royal Tempest, which allows you to heal over time. I can time it correctly this time. There we go. As you can see, I am healing over time, and it's because of the Royal Tempest. An absolute savage of a weapon. I do recommend to have it in your arsenal if you like heavy weapons. And for our third weapon, we do have the axe. The axe is my personal favorite weapon, simply because of this move, which you can spam over and over again. That move is a splash damage move, so if there's people are close to that AoE, they will get hurt and take damage, but it does immense amount of damage to single targets as well. As you guys can see here, I am critting or hitting for 11 to 17k per hit. It does have 2 moves, the Whirl Slash and the World Splitter. I have added the Stone Crush to it, as an added thing because I could not find the Royal Tempest. And of course, that's one more thing you need to know about the axe, that you can equip it with the Royal Tempest that the heavy sword has, making it one of the best weapons in the game. So let's test out 2 of its moves. The combos are not all that complicated. At the end of it, you just jump down and smash, like the Hulk would say. And for our 4th weapon, the Royal Swords. Everyone knows the Royal Swords, and I bet everyone uses them. It is the mascot weapon of the game. It is showed on the posters, it is showed everywhere in Chimeraland, and it's advertised on their social media. Best move here, it would be this, fighting great grand giants and noble beasts using that set move of the royal swords is absolute insanity, as it does high amounts of damage going up and then down, and just to slash your enemies away. It makes for a great DPS weapon. It only, from what I've seen, it only comes with one set move. The move is called the Sword Heart. Guide the flying swords to spin around self quickly and dealing multiple damage. The base moves are slashing all of these swords towards the enemies at once, dealing high sustained damage. I personally use this sometimes when I need a quick heal and I forgot to equip my PIPA, or I just simply don't have time for the PIPA. I would go up in the air like this, open my potions tab, giving me enough time in the air to pop it, and as I land, I would have already healed. That is one trick to the Royal Swords that you need to know. And for our final weapon of the 5 sets, going into the other 5 after this, is the fan. Oh, it is already recharged. Do you see the little symbols in the bottom of your health bar? These are energy charges. These energy charges are used once you use set move. Like that, see? Dealing high amount of damage. Of course, the fan is known for this particular move right here. Poetry. Consume all energy and summon a storm at the target location. An absolutely fantastic move that does a lot of damage. The one that cultivates the energy is called the CUDGEL. Consumes all energy and move in control direction to deal damage to enemies along the way. Summon a Guardian Sylph, surround self and gain invisibility for a brief period. Amazing weapon to have. The combos for it are quite simple. Just slash until you get your full bar of energies. Hold your Q, jump up in the air, and unleash your wrath. It is great for crowd control and AoE damage, especially with that Twister Tornado. Alright, for our second set of 5, we do have the Spear. The Spear is one of my favorite visually pleasing skilled weapons. Just because of this. Absolutely love that move. It is so nice to freaking do. And it does a lot of damage when it hits. Yeah, I honestly don't have much to say about the Spear. I have not used it that much. But if you guys fancy this weapon, please let me know in the comments below. And for our second weapon, it would be the FLUTE. The FLUTE is definitely one of the high damage weapons. Everybody recommends this weapon simply because of this one set move called Interrupted. Increases the attributes of noise, flute, and passenger. So once you activate this move, you can jump in the air and start beaming your enemies. You also have this second move, which I honestly am not a fan of. It's just a very fast moving fluid weapon, really good for evasiveness and dodging mechanics, as it naturally has it. All you have to do is just hold your shoot button or your fire button and it'll do everything for you. Just move left to right, jump, and it will dodge for you, so you don't have to use extra stamina to dodge. And for our third weapon, that would be the staff, my second choice right after the axe, as it has become one of my main weapons and I literally cannot live without it. with versatile and multiple different skills to choose from. I went with a fire heavy build as I have equipped it with the fireworks, a circle of fire, and a flowing pill, which summons a fireball along on a regular trajectory. So there is a few combos to this. It is a little complicated to use the staff, but hear me out. Let me try to explain it to the best of my ability. So what you want to do is obviously start with is fireworks. Channel fire elements to produce an explosion and gain the fortunate fire. This is very important, guys. You need to activate the fortunate fire status. So once you have activated, then the fire element will be present. For now, you always start with electricity elements, but to activate this, all you have to do is activating fireworks, and then you will be able to summon the fire elemental moves or skills. So let's try it more over here. Let's activate it one more time. See, now I am shooting fireballs. Do you see that? Even my manual attacks are shooting fireballs. So therefore, when oh, it's finished already. See, it doesn't last that long, right? It lasts for 7 seconds. Fortunate fire lasts for 7 seconds. All right. So now you guys know, and you can time it right. Okay. So now I have fortunate fire. I can go up in the air and summon these great fireballs. Not only that, you can trigger a fire tornado. Do that. Look at how beautiful that looks. To trigger this fire tornado, you need to click once, let go, click again, and hold. Click, let go, and then hold. And sometimes you'll trigger the fireballs instead, but both have the same combos. Fire tornado, look at that. Hold, let go, and then there we go. Okay, so confirm, it is based on your stamina bar. So I think more than half stamina bar, you can activate that tornado. The fire tornado, it is the highest and strongest damage you can do with the staff. Stamina, because it takes a lot of stamina when you activate it. All right, for the fourth weapon, we are going to showcase the Dawn Storm Sling. It has no skills at the moment, and you don't really need to, because it is just a ranged weapon, really. It is the highest ranged weapon. I don't think anything can compete with it for DPS. It does crit as well sometimes, and it chains the lightning. Do you see how I'm chaining lightning between the enemies? So it's so good for totems. It's so good for totems. It is one of the end game weapons, so it is a little bit hard to find or to create and make. But if you do have it, you're gonna have an easier time traversing through Chimeraland. And for our final weapon, the Impure Crescent, the Crescent in general, equipped with Rendezvous, infuse a Moon Spirit into the weapon, dash towards the target, and slash 2 times quickly. And a Lightning Dash, infuse Moon Spirit into the weapon and fire 3 Moon Bolts in front, which is absolutely amazing. We're gonna try them right here. So the first one is that. And then we got that one. Wait, why didn't it go towards him? The regular combo is pretty nice as well. It's like never-ending, non-stopping slashes towards your enemy. It does really good damage as well. Surprised. I'm gonna chain it with that. See what this gives us. Oh yes, that's true. When their stamina is depleted, you can actually take them in the air and finish them off. I'll try to see if I can do it to the boss when he's here. All right, we took him to the air, but we don't have enough stamina. No. Yeah, it is a pretty a little complicated combo to trigger, but once you get it down, you should be able to do this while he's in the air, which is pretty cool. I mean, to the mob himself, and like do insane amounts of damage. Well, this is gonna be a hard fight. I'm not used to this weapon. Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Overlord. Do not kill me. I'm an innocent being. Let me actually explain the PIPA as well as I do this, because I do need to heal. So why not? All right. The PIPA exactly for these moments like this, so you don't ever have to use a potion. Jump in the air, fire your bolts all the way till your stamina is depleted. Or, so I'll show you a neat trick with the PIPA. If you jump in the air and you continuously let go, fire and let go of your skill move, of your fire button, you can actually put down up to 4 or 5 healing orbs at the same time, making it absolutely devastating for the enemies, taking a maximum damage and healing your partners or your squad mates at the same time. It's such a fantastic weapon to have, and I do recommend that to have it in your arsenal as one of your 5 or 4 weapons equipped. But I want to show you the difference between a weapon of this caliber and a heavy weapon. I want to show you how good these guys are in terms of bringing the stamina bar of enemies down. Alright, so he's recharging. It is absolutely ridiculous how fast you can actually do it. This one, and try it out. Boom! Look at his stamina just absolutely diminishing in your skill sets or your weapon bar. Alright, so it's down now. The stamina is about to... Okay, the stamina is down. I have broken his stamina. We're gonna start with this, and then we're gonna take him up in the air like this. No, why didn't he stay up in there? Oh, that sucks. That is absolutely ridiculous. No. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. I did take him up in the air. He didn't stay. Okay, so the bow is actually one of the strongest weapons in PvP. If you guys didn't know, this has the highest DPS in PvP alongside the cudgel. This one I have the muddled frost and the open window. Right, with that, jump in the air and then unleash your fury of arrows. Bam! Yeah, so I open up with the muddled frost and then following shortly with the open window. You can hold the open window skill, just hold it instead of firing, and you can recharge it like that. And then let go, right? Doing maximum amount of damage. If you start with the muddled, then you can do the same thing, adding additional damage with a dot as well to your arsenal, which is pretty absolutely insane. Alright, now let's go to the Master Sword. Sun Glimmer and Sun Chase. Okay, so those two, while attack and protects is gained after becoming possessed. Oh, it's all about the demonic points, right? Alright, so guys, if you notice the little tab in the bottom, every time I attack, I have a chance of adding a dot like that. See? You see that? And then unleashing it with one of these skills that I have, applying a demonic dot and extra damage. So yeah, there we go. See, there's a dot applied there. Yeah, it's actually a fantastic weapon. The only downside of the weapon, it doesn't really have that great of a jump mid-air skill at all. So I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't use it. And it lacks in DPS. It really does lack in DPS. And then for our last one, the Cudgel. The Cudgel is an absolutely fantastic PvP weapons, but now we're gonna put it to the test in PvE. This Cudgel comes with the skill sets of Flame Key and Overwhelming Force, also Celestial Thrust. Let's do a regular damage first, see what we can actually do here. Okay, it's doing average damage and nothing too impressive. That is a 12k. That's not bad at all. Okay. Okay. And we finished him. Yeah, so my recommendation would be using it for a PvE. It would be so much better. Alright, so we are done covering the weapons. I would love to tell you a few of the ruins that you need to look out for. Ruins are skills that you can transfer or put into weapons, right? The first one would absolutely be my favorite. It is the Royal Tempest. No, that's the wrong one. Oops, sorry. The Royal Tempest right here. So there's two versions. There's two versions of these of this ruin. One of them is the legendary Royal Tempest Guard. It does the exact same thing. I think it just consumes less stamina. And it has a stun immunity. It's exactly the same as the regular one. It just gains an extra Royal Tempest stack for dead air resistance. Absolutely must. It comes in blue and gold form. I'm not sure if there's a purple version of it or an epic, but yeah, that is one of my recommendations to start with. World Splitter is a default axe move, and then we have the Tremendous Force. It can be equipped on almost all the weapons. Adopt the defensive stance to block 4 attacks. During this period, if an attack is blocked successfully, a sweeping blow is launched to deal massive damage. So this is amazing for defensive and offensive play at the same time. If you're low on damage, you go into the stance, hitting your enemies back with 3 to 4 times the damage. Absolutely insane move to have. And for our third one, we will have one of the best moves for the Divine Cudgel. It is called Nasty. Befitting name because it embarrassed and nasty absorbs all incoming damage. That description is funny. After absorbing damage, indestructible body is gained. When his primal spirit projection elastic is gained, it spin its weapons. Yeah, absolutely one of the best moves to have. And then for our final move, that is a must. Moon Gaze. Kick twice and move backwards after landing a charge forward attack and strikes all target. If kick hits the target, gain blessing immune to all damage for 1 second. Really good in managing your health defensively and offensively. But yeah, that is it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any more questions or any further explanations that you want from me, please leave it in the comments below and I'll get right back to it. And if you vibe with my content and want to see more, it will help me tremendously if you hit that like button, subscribe, and enable the notifications, because I promise you the next video is going to be lit. And guys, remember, if you are not smiling, you're doing it wrong. See you later.